invested in these things that are undeniable and absolute. It's because I think that's the only way to stay sane.
100%.
As the world goes loopy, and then your world is even more loopy because you're famous. Like, that's a fucked up world. Like, you have to have a lot of objective thinking and a lot of introspective thought, and then you have to be very self-critical. You have to be the kind of person that can be self-critical but not hate themselves.
I can't even imagine being like truly like, so when I met Caitlyn at dinner, the way I knew she had arrived was millions of flashes outside. We were at Craig's in LA.
But she goes to Craig's going in the front door.
Exactly.
I go to Craig's too. I go in the fucking alleyway.
Exactly. She pulled up at the front with her girlfriend dressed to the nines, and it was like, that was intentional. And maybe it was almost to like
it's
flex.
100% intentional. It's part of the gig. She's a male Kardashian.
She was the Kardashian,
or she was a male. She's not a Kardashian.
Biologically.
Whatever it is, she's a part of that clan.
Exactly.
She's a part of the Kardashian clan.
That's a fucked up world.
That is a crazy world.
But there also was a few tidbits of like our conversation that let me know she wasn't completely out of her mind with fame, because she brought up Kylie Jenner to me. She's like, oh, my daughter Kylie has a makeup company. And just said it in a way like as if I wouldn't know who her daughter Kylie was, and just a small makeup company or whatever. It's like, oh, okay, then you don't just assume I know who your whole family is. But she was nice. It was just, I couldn't imagine being that famous, because even just with the attention I have online, it can be very mentally distressing. You can wake up and like just have a near panic attack just looking at your phone. So I've been trying to work out before I even look at my phone in the morning.
I don't even look at my phone. I take it to another level. I don't read any of my shit.
Oh, really? You don't read comments? Okay, so yeah, I've definitely gone in that route as well. I don't really read comments. I only read Instagram comments because they tend to be nicer. But like YouTube, Twitter mentions, no.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitter seem to have, they've cultivated an environment of like ruthless criticism and shit talking, which people enjoy. Like, people enjoy being able to talk shit about a guest, or talk shit about the way you handle a guest, or, you know, talk shit about you.
And they should be able to, but I don't think I have, I don't feel as though I have any obligation to sit there and be like, this person thinks I'm ugly, this person thinks I'm stupid, this person called me a man. Like, I don't feel like I have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
I used to feel like I had to.
It's not healthy for you.
Yeah.
It's not healthy. It's not good for your brain. It's like you can't process that many people's opinions. And I feel that if you're honest with yourself and you're self-critical, you'll do a good job of trying to improve upon your own faults. Like, if I do something in a podcast and I don't like it, like, it'll fuck with me, like, in the middle of the night. Like, maybe I have to get up to take a leak in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, why did I say it that way? I should have said it differently. Because when you're in the middle of talking, like right now, right this very second, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to say next. I'm just talking, right? And sometimes it'll go sideways, you know? And sometimes I'm tired, or sometimes I worked out too hard, or sometimes I'm too stoned. And I'm like, what am I even saying while I'm saying it?
Yeah.
And now also, if you really tweak about it, you'll think about the fact that millions of fucking people are listening.
It's scary. And then also, like, I've also adopted this sort of mindset of like not believing positive comments or negative comments, because who am I to sit here and really take in someone saying, you're my hero and you mean all this to me? It's because, first of all, you don't fucking know me. Even if you love me and are completely nice and accolades and whatever, you don't know me. And also, from living in LA for the time that I did and just knowing people in the industry or whatever, it's like some of the people who are the most loved online are the fucking most monstrous people in real life. In fact, this is almost a rule. And then people who are severely hated tend to be the nicest, most awesome people. Look at Alex Jones. Yeah. He's so hated. He's like one of the nicest people I've met.
Yeah, well, but you see the pathway.
Well,
and then you see it with some people where they were loved, and then people found out shit about them, like Christy Teigen. And they just start
telling kids to kill themselves. That's a level of egregious that I'm like, I'm not about cancel culture, but like maybe timeout culture for this bitch, because you can't be fucking messaging. And also, she got a double whammy because the girl that she told to kill herself came out as non-binary. So now she's like bashing a non-binary person too.
Well, okay, what does that mean?
I don't fucking
know. When you come out as non-binary, when you come out as, like, so you don't identify as male or female, you're coming out as that. Like, what?
Okay, so what's going to happen?
I'm coming out as indecisive.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to come out as indecisive. I'm going to say that's not even a gender thing or a sexual orientation thing. Just about life. I'm coming out as indecisive. I'm a fence rider.
I mean, honestly, that's probably a little healthier than a lot of other mindsets. But yeah, I don't know. The non-binary thing, like, so when I came out as trans, it was like I came out and people knew what to expect next. It's going to be some changes, maybe some of them physical. You come out as non-binary, it's like,
What does that mean? Yeah.
okay, love it.
When did you start your YouTube channel?
2016.
2016. And so you had been out for how long at that point in time?
2016 was what, 5 years ago? So like 3 years, but I hadn't had any surgeries when I started.
Oh.
I paid for surgery through YouTube.
Oh shit! So
Yeah.
YouTube funded your transition.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, which
How
is
long
not
did it
cheap.
take for your channel to become popular?
Well, popular is relative. It's like, but I started making, the way I gauge it is I started making a living off of it about 6 months in.
Wow.
Yeah, 6
That's
months
pretty
in.
fucking good.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, the possibility of transitioning became a lot more real because I was like, oh, I'm having money put in my account every month because of this shit.
And what do you think started the popularity? Like what was it that made people gravitate towards your channel? Because like there was a lot of options even back then. There's way more options now, but back then there was quite a few options. Like how did you get people to come to your channel?
Well, I believe I filled a niche, right? So like, are there really other right-wing perspectives from a trans person online? Maybe Caitlyn, but that's a whole other thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, and I think that also, even though I'm a political commentator by title, I don't just stick to that. I like to make videos about my life. I'll make videos about my childhood, shit I endured through life, and just being very personal. And I film all my videos pretty much in my bedroom or my living room. People feel like they're in my house with me.
Right.
But that's also something that's dangerous when people start to feel too close to you, and then they get very invested in your real life. They start trying to tamper in your real life, which has happened to me. So like if I go too long without posting with like Joey or something, then it's like, you cheated on Blair, you guys broke up. It's like, yeah. So, and then he gets called gay every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, his whole comment. Sometimes I look at his phone and just look through his comments, and it's like gay, faggot, gay, gay, gay. I'm like, why are you with me? How are you happy with this?
Does he just blow it off?
He doesn't care.
That's healthy.
Yeah. I think it takes a certain amount of like,
It takes a certain personality.
yeah. And I think men who date trans women get probably more hate than trans women, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like a whole other thing.
Well, I don't know about that.
From my perspective, I get hate for other reasons, like my beliefs and all that kind of shit, but I very rarely get hate like, oh, you're a fucking tranny.
But maybe if he had a channel, does he have a channel?
Yeah.
Does
but
he?
he doesn't really do it a lot, but he posts sometimes.
But if he did it a lot and he had like a lot of followers like you do, maybe he wouldn't, because then people would know him for other things other than just the fact that he dates you.
Yeah, and that's his claim to D-list YouTube fame is just dating me. It's really funny. He'll get stopped in the mall like, are you Blair White's? It's like, whatever.
Are you Blair White's bitch?
That's probably the word they use.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.